Palantir, 1.5% green day today in the midst of a pretty rocky day for stocks. We have to break down the charts here on Palantir, and we're going to go over the S&P, the Dow, the NASDAQ, the indexes. You guys know the drill, but first, hit the like button. Do not forget to subscribe, and guys, come on, get your 30 stocks for a moo-moo. Use that link down below, or go to stocksurfest.com/moo-moo. Once you open up your account and deposit at least $100, you get 5 stocks. Deposit at least $2,000, you get 25 more stocks, and your uninvested cash now will earn up to 8.1% APY, which, guys, I'm telling you, it's a no-brainer. So again, use that link right down below, or go to stocksurfest.com/moo-moo. And now let's dive into it. So Palantir ended up breaking out like crazy this morning, which we gave back a lot of the gains. But again, like I said, we had a 1.5% green day in the midst of a pretty rocky red day for stocks. So I'll take it, man. I'll take it, right? So we opened up at about 85.50, ran to about $90 per share. That was a 5% pop in the morning. Then we sold off for the rest of the day, but again, we went up about 1.5%. And let me show you here on the charts what I'm seeing, guys. Well, first of all, we hit a fresh high with that pop to almost $90. We hit a fresh high on this 5-day, 5-minute, right? You guys see that? And we have a clear-cut ascending triangle. Do you guys see this right here? We have higher lows being made into this $89, $90 resistance, which we'll see what happens here tomorrow, guys. And of course, heading into next week, if we take out $90 in general on PLTR, this could build, momentum could start building up. A lot of upside could come after that, right? And look at this 1-hour chart. Do you guys see what I'm seeing here? Let me show you this. We have an inverse head and shoulders. Do you guys see this right here? We have the left shoulder, right? We have the head right here. Excuse me, guys. Let me draw it out. And then the right shoulder is right here. So when we dump down to $70, you guys remember that about a week, 10 days ago, that was, the low point on this time frame. And that is the head of the head and inverse head and shoulders here. And it looks like we're kind of putting in a bottom, does it not? We have a bullish divergence here on the 1-hour chart. We have a golden cross. We're above the moving averages here on the 1-hour. All we have to really do is get the momentum above $90 to $92, which we've covered that level before here on the channel. We got to break out of there, guys. And if we do that, in my opinion, when we do that, this inverse head and shoulders is going to really start playing out. And the inverse, or the right shoulder here, could really start gaining momentum, right? We could start going $95, $100 a share, right? That's where this could go if we take out 90, followed by $92. So I'm going to set my alerts right now here, guys. I'll do one at 90. I'll do another one at $92 per share. Let me do that. And by the way, guys, have you joined my free email list yet? I send out my top stocks weekly for free. All you have to do is put your first name and your email using that link down below. Make sure you guys do that. So alerts are set, $90, $92. And again, if we get out of there, guys, we could be running. It wasn't too long ago when Palantir was over $100 a share. It wasn't too long ago. We're talking about, 3 to 4 weeks ago. We were at 110, 112. So there could be a lot more upside if this inverse head and shoulder starts to play out. And you guys can see it here on the 4-hour chart. I mean, we look great. We are now pushing past the mid-80s officially, which that was the all-time high from a couple months ago in the end of 2024. We're now holding that old all-time high as support. We're starting to push over it, right, which is great. All we have to do, again, it comes down to 90, 92, even $95. That's right by the 180 SMA here on the 4-hour. That needs to break as well. It's the moment of truth. This is the moment of truth in the short term, at least. for Palantir, and I'm excited, guys. I'm excited. You all know I'm long. I own the stock. My average cost is $21 per share, my long-term account, and I'm eyeing it up here in my trading account as well if we're able, again, to confirm this breakout. So let me show you now what's going on or what happened today on the indexes. We were up earlier. Quite frankly, it was a roller coaster ride today, guys. We popped in the morning, dumped into close, dumped into the second half of the day. We tried running into close. The pre-market was a disaster. I mean, this was a legitimate roller coaster. I mean, look at SPY here, guys. We were at 570 down to 562. We double bottom there, broke out back to 570, dumped off to 565 at close. Yeah, it was rough. But we're still trading within these moving averages on the 4-hour chart. You guys see it right here. So maybe there could be some more juice left in this rally, especially if we start taking out 570-ish. So I'll put my alert there now. That was the high from, I think, earlier today. So I'll put my alert there to see if we take that out. QQQ. Let's pull this up. We can see this is also still between the moving averages here. We're still under the low or the highs, of the week, being about 485. We tried breaking out earlier today, but we failed. So if we do take that out, 485, let me set my alert there. That's where we could start seeing more upside on this, maybe towards 500-ish, right? That's where we could be going. We might fill that gap to that 180 SMA. So what do you guys think? I mean, indexes are in an interesting spot, right? And, it's going to be an interesting tomorrow. Let's just say that. It's going to be an interesting Friday. I'm curious to see how we wrap up the week here. So let's see. What else do we have? Let me look at some individual stocks here, some other ones that went up today in the midst of the red day. So we had PLTR in the green, AMD, which I bought a bunch more shares earlier this week. This had a nice green day, 0.9% in the green. We're pushing 107, still obviously in a downtrend on AMD, but who knows? The bottom could be in. You never know, man. Obviously, we're not confirming the breakout yet, but you really don't know when the bottom's in until we start to break out, and you're like, holy crap, the bottom might be in, So if this starts running, especially past like 120, 125, 130, which we're nowhere near that yet, but that would be a great sign on the charts for the bulls. And eventually, man, I think this is gonna bottom out. I don't see AMD going much lower than $80 a share. Sure, it could happen. It could go to 50 again. Who the heck knows? That'd be a disaster for my position, right? I'd probably sell out of it before it got to 50. I'd cut the loss, right? But I don't know. I just don't see it getting much lower than 80, 90 bucks. Who knows, though? Who knows? But we had a green day today for AMD. Can't complain there. NVIDIA, another holding of mine. Nice 0.9% green day. Nothing crazy. NVIDIA is actually still within the downtrend here, although I am noticing an inverse head and shoulders forming on this stock. You guys can see right here. Let me draw this out. We got the left shoulder right here. Boom. You guys see that? The head's right here. You guys see that too. If it wants to work, come on. And then we have the right shoulder right here. So let's see if this plays out on NVIDIA. It's actually an interesting setup, moving forward here. So what do you guys think? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. What are you doing? What are you buying? I'm curious. Let me know in the comments. Hit the like button on this video. Make sure to subscribe and get your 30 stocks from Moomoo. Use that link down below. Deposit at least $100. You get 5 stocks. Deposit at least $2,000. You get 25 more stocks, and your uninvested cash now will earn up to 8.1% APY. Guys, it's a no-brainer. What are you waiting for? Check out that link down below, or again, go to stocksurfs.com/Moomoo. And with that being said, cheers. I'll catch you guys in the next one.